Welcome back to Riding Glide Reviews. Today we're looking at the biggest and baddest model in the Super 73 range, the R Adventure Series. From a company that started on the west coast of America, Super 73 have grown massively over the last few years and are now seen all over the world. From the promenades of California to the bike paths of Amsterdam, they are everywhere. They have multiple models for a complete different range of rider, ranging from very low, easy riders for maybe the shorter rider or the person that doesn't want to put much effort in on flat ground, to these bigger, bulkier, full suspension models that you see here that are going to be attacking the trails and just generally about having a blast. Now, Super 73 have had an R range for a long time. They originally had the R series in America, we had the RX, and now we have the R Brooklyn, which is the more recent, let's say, urban model, even though it's still a full suspension. Super 73 have now brought out this adventure model. So we're going to show you some of the differences. There aren't many, but first of all, the obvious one is the look. Super 73 were very well known for having their batteries looking like a fuel tank on top of their bikes. Now, the R Brooklyn still has that. This adventure series has moved the battery down here, so within the frame. So now the seat's been extended, you can ride with a pillion passenger on the back or just utilize the whole space for your own comfort. Either way, it's a completely new design and really comfortable. Additionally, if you've got children or small child, or maybe just know a very small person, they could sit on the front with you and ride twos up. These newer European models have an 8-speed derailleur made by Shimano. The older versions used to have 10-speed for Europe, but the torque of the motors increased, less gearing is needed. Other obvious differences, we have grizzly tyres on this as standard. So these are seen as more of an off-road tyre that Super 73 make, whereas the R Brooklyn has the Super Sucker tyres. They look really cool, but they're more of a slick urban tyre. So this is going to be for multiple terrain riding. Another change is the front suspension. We've got inverted coil spring forks here with air assist. You've got preload adjustable, rebound adjustable. So these are a more advanced suspension than they have on their other models. So we've got 120mm of travel on the front suspension. Moving to the rear, we've got coilover shock here, again with rebound adjustment and preload adjustment as well. So quite an advanced suspension system for a pretty cool looking bike. We've got beefy 4-piston Tektro brakes, front and rear hydraulics. So that's going to be needed for the stopping power on these machines because they can be quite heavy, 37 kilos with the battery on, plus however much you weigh. We've already said they can take up to 150 kilos as well. So with the bike, that's 190 kilos max weight. So you need decent brakes. Right, we've gone over the look of the bike. So now we're going to turn it on. So batteries down here. Remember, these are removable batteries as well, which makes it easier for charging. This particular battery should get you up to 120 kilometers of range, or somewhere around 80 miles of range. And that is genuine. On Super 73s, we've always managed to get pretty good range out of them. So they're very, very true to their word on their range specs, unless you're hammering it uphill in the highest setting. You're going to get a decent range on these. So just turn the bike on, turn it around to face you there. Front light, rock sim, beautiful, very bright. Just turn that off. We have the rear light there. You might be able to see the reflection on the white screen. When I apply the brakes, brake light comes on as well, another safety feature which is really useful. You have a display up on the front. We'll get a close-up of that here, where you can select your 4 pedal assist modes. And additionally, you can look at how much battery you've got left, your range, how many miles you've done, etc. And your speed as well. The beauty of Super 73 bikes is they're not just your standard e-bike. First of all, they look different, which is great. They've got this cool look about them, but it goes further than that. We've got a 250 watt nominal power motor here, which goes 15.5 miles an hour, road legal in pretty much every country in Europe. What Super 73 have done is created an app. You can go into the app and change the settings to de-restrict the motor. So for pedal assist, you can de-restrict it, you can go up to 30, 35 miles per hour. Obviously, that's only on private land with the owner's permission. Not only that, they also have a setting for if you put a throttle on. Now, I'm in a road legal setting here and I've turned it on. The throttle does nothing. If I put it in off-road private land use only with throttle, I can then use this like a mini motorbike. It can go sort of 25 to 30 miles an hour without pedaling at all. And that is so much fun. We're going to test that out later. Just to show you how much fun that actually is. We'll test the brakes, we'll test the speed, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that de-restricted motor to see what that can do. Just before we go, I'm just going to grab in one of the older RXs. I'm going to sit them next to each other just so you can have a really clear idea of what they look like and what the differences are visually at least. This seat's 81 centimeters high, which is pretty similar to the old one. So I'm going to move this to one side now and I'm going to grab the other one. Right, so we've got both bikes in now. We've got the R Adventure and then we've got the more classic. This is actually the RX, but very similar to the R Brooklyn. You'll first notice the tyres immediately are totally different. Like we said, we've got the off-roads here and the more slick or sort of hybrid tyres there. As we talked about, the position of the battery used to be here, that classic position that looked like a motorcycle or an old sort of Second World War motorbike with a petrol tank. Now it's down there. The other things you might notice is this seat is very slightly higher. You might be able to see it on the screen there. This is just a few centimeters higher, which has actually made it more comfortable for taller riders. I'm just about 6 foot and it's extremely comfortable for me. So I guess even adding a few more inches to that, you're going to be fine. We've talked about the suspension upgrades as well, but it's hard to show that in the picture. But now I think it's time to take this baby out and see what she can do. Okay, we've made it out and about because this bike is road legal. We are on a road. Put my helmet on for safety. Now I haven't turned it on yet, so I'm in manual mode and we're about to go up a hill. So I'm just going to see if it's possible to pedal without the motors. I put it in a nice gear. Actually, it's not too bad. It's a heavy bike, 37 kilos plus. I'm not absolutely killing myself. So now I'm going to turn the motor on. You hear that? Level 1, pretty easy. Like I said, we're going uphill at the moment. Not steep, but still, you know, steep enough. Let's go level 2. That's giving me a bit more juice. I'm on level 4 now. This is what I wanted. I'm pedaling with ease, 250 watt road legal, 7 mile an hour uphill without really breaking a sweat. Bike's comfortable. The seat feels really nice. There's some big potholes here. Big potholes. The suspension's eating that up. It's like a memory foam, this seat. That's what it feels like it remembers me. Oh, there's a cat really doing some weird twerking there. Throw the money. Anyway, so we're on a narrow path now, really bumpy. This is an old track. We're heading up to some trails and then we're gonna go to some private land and de-restrict this baby. See if it's actually high performance or not. The all-terrain tyres for the Grizzlies are making gripping to this ground, which is quite sketchy, a lot easier. Let's head into the old quarry. Me.
I mean, adventure series.
Yeah.
We're on an adventure, that's for sure.
We've only gone into rural England. I don't know if you can see how steep this bad boy is. I don't want to pedal up that. Full pedal assist mode at the moment. I'm going to go into settings, mode selection. At the moment, 25 kilometre restricted.
You want that one, don't you?
Wow. I'm going mode 4, baby. All out
Unleash the beast.
I should be able to push this throttle. We're in throttle mode. Got a tiny little run up. I'll see if we can get up this steep bank. Let's go. Oh, yes! I would not have fancied that without the throttle. You won't be making it up there. Woohoo! Get the one wheel and hit this hill as hard as you can. He's going for it. He's going for it on the GT. No, he's stalled out 3 quarters of the way. And he's gone. He needs more speed.
Go on, go on.
Go on,
go
go
on.
on. Oh, he's up, he's up! Right, we're heading into the old quarry pit. I'll take the high road. Oh, sketchy. Now we've got to get back up, Tobes. I'm going up the high one. Woohoo! Well, that's fun.
Sweet jumps.
I mean, I don't know if you saw that, but the front wheel got about 3 inches of air there.
Let's go and do a slow mo, defo.
I wasn't aware of where the landing was, so that was an adventure. And now we're going to continue on our adventure on this trusty steed. Toby, away. Here we go. For all you viewers at home, look down there. This is a sheer drop, but on this adventure, I feel safe as anything. Now this is quite a steep path and it's quite narrow, a bit slippery. I'm going slow, but the bike's handling it really well. These bikes are not designed for hardcore mountain biking. Obviously that's not what we're doing, but they're just not. If you're gonna do that sort of riding, then definitely get something that's really high performance. The same can be said for hardcore road riding. These are not road bikes, but what they are is so much fun. They can handle a bit of this, a bit of the on-road. They look great, you feel comfortable riding them. They're a chilled out ride, but still with the suspension, with the specs they are, trails like this are a breeze. And then when you put the throttle on, when you're bored of pedaling, you can rip away like this. Oh, Tobes! Well kept up, my man. Oh, yes. Can you hear the buzz of the crickets? Summer is in the air. It might not be sunny, and we might be living in a country that really doesn't get that hot, but this is as good as it gets. So I'm going to appreciate the nature. We're out and about. We should probably be at work riding a really nice bike. Just two friends sharing good times together. Me probably more so because Toby's having to hold a camera, navigate a one wheel through potholes, etc. and dog shit. But look at this. Come on, let's hit one of these trails. Let's go a bit faster.
Bumpier than you realise with your front and rear suspension.
Right, so Toby follows me everywhere. I'll rephrase that. Yeah, Toby doesn't follow me everywhere. When we're at work and we're doing videos, Toby follows me everywhere on the one wheel. He can pretty much go anywhere up to around 22, 23 mile per hour. This bike is accelerating away from him because of that throttle feature, but also because of the power of the pedal assist. And the terrain is really bad. It looks nice, but it's actually incredibly bumpy with potholes. He isn't able to keep up with me, yet I feel it completely comfortable on this bike. The suspension is excellent. The fat tyres are making it really comfortable. The seat is taking some of that bump out as well. So far, it's thumbs up for the adventure. 20 mile per hour, 22. Brakes are great. Oh, I'm gonna head him off. I'm gonna head him off. Yes. I don't want to go on about this bike too much. As I've said, it's not a total off-roader, it's not a road bike, it is something else. This bike is a fun machine. It's so enjoyable, it's so comfortable. The seat, the suspension, the tyres, everything just makes it a pleasure to ride. You're sort of sitting back, you're not over it, you're in a relaxed position. That motor's giving you that assist to make everything easy, and then you put it in that off-road mode when you go on the private land. With the throttle, it's like having a little mini motorbike ripping around like 25 mile an hour. I say it again, it is so much fun. But please don't take my word for it. Come down to Ride and Glide to try out for yourself. We've got a demo down there. Check us out on the website, www.rideandglide.co.uk. Leave a comment below if you've got anything you'd like to ask us. Like and subscribe, we do loads of videos like this. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.